So this question here is all about simplifying using trig identities. Now when we're at National 5, there's two big trig identities that we need to know and that we're going to be working with throughout. One of them is that tan x is equal to sine x over cos x. And the second one is that cos squared x plus sine squared x is equal to 1. Or it could be written the other way around, sine squared plus cos squared is 1. Those are the two big ones that we have to remember. Now the second one can be rejigged, so you can write it for cos squared equals or sine squared equals. But they're the two fundamental ones we need to do. Now, whenever you see something like this that says simplify and it's some sort of trig expression, what we want to be able to do is ask ourselves, how can I manipulate this so I can use some of my trig identities that I have there? Well, there's no tan involved in this one, so we can ignore the tan as sine over cos. Now, there's a sine squared and a cos squared in there, so my brain might start to think, oh, can I use that one? But you've got to look at it and think, it's 2 sine squared plus 2 cos squared. I can't quite use it like that. However, if I look at it, 2 is a common factor of both of those. So if I took 2 out as a common factor, I'd get 2 bracket sine squared x plus cos squared x. Now sine squared plus cos squared is the same as the identity I have there, which is 1. So it then just equals 2 times 1, which is equal to 2. Bang! Simplified it as much as I possibly can and as fast as is humanly possible. Just by using those identities. Question like this, you'll get 2 marks for it. Identifying the identity that you're going to use and how we're going to use it, and then a final answer. Now something like this where it says simplify that, a key thing that it says is this phrase here. Show your working. I could have looked at that and said, right, 2 sine squared plus 2 cos squared, that's 2. And I could have just written down the number 2. We'd be right, but we'd also get nothing for it because we haven't shown how we know to get there. We have to show that we know how to use these trig identities and what trig identities to use in this scenario. So when you're doing a question like this, that is the main thing. If you can identify which identities to use, or even a combination, you might start by using a tan and then have to use a cos squared plus sine squared after it. If you can identify when and how to use them, then all that means is you have to feed it through and work it and manipulate it, and then you get something out at the end, and you get an answer. But if you remember the 2 of those, nudge, nudge, wink, wink, they're in the formula list, and be able to use them, then you'll manage this no problem. You'll smash this kind of question, and you'll see that it's easy peasy, lemon squeezy.